The thing that comes across the most when I'm in Johannesburg, or actually throughout Africa, is the energy, the vitality that's here, and the youth that's here. Waiting, wanting, ready to take their place on the world stage.
This is my first meetings Africa. It's been 2-3 days actually of rush. There's a lot of depth of knowledge around them.
They've got exhibitors from all over Africa. They've got buyers from all over Africa. I'm talking to people who are telling me that their appointments are better. Both the exhibitors and the association executives are making very good contact and good potential business relationships.
We as a South African economy are starting to look at how we can have different revenue streams by our GDP. And one of the key takeaways from me from this conference was the understanding of find your niche, find the things that you're really great at, and work outwards basically from there. We've got some great innovations, great developments across the various areas, from our science to our medical. We want to build on those basically and start to become thought leaders in that space.
There's some great examples of how that's already been accomplished here. The pharmacology meeting, World Pharmacology Conference, and one of their legacy items was building that capacity in pharmacology here on the African continent itself. They're celebrating the 10th anniversary of that World Conference and can show how they built national societies, how they built Pan-African society. And that's the sort of thing that starts to really have an impact in people's lives, the lives of the profession, the lives of the association professionals, and ultimately their connection to the global science in that particular field. And that can be replicated time after time after time, as we know.
We've got to grow the economy, whilst at the same time bringing through new players into the economy. It's a global phenomenon, but it's more amplified in South Africa because of who we are in our history, where the gaps between the haves and the have-nots is quite wide, basically. Our Gini coefficient is one of the highest in the world. So we want to actively grow the space, but also bring in new players in it, whether it's SMEs or different kind of players that were previously excluded from the economy.
Associations are driving most of the continuing education in the world. So any place that does not have a strong association community is going to lag behind.
They exist here, but they really exist in an isolated fashion, meaning the associations here in Africa. So AFSAE is really designed to bring them together, let them know that they're actually part of a profession, and then enable them to build their own network here across the African continent. So this is not just national societies, but then the super-regional organizations and the Pan-African organizations, and connect them, because what do we know? We're actually all struggling with the same issues.
My advice to the government of South Africa is, you're the leader on this continent. You can't afford to be complacent. I see South Africa as a nation that has strong bureaus, strong city bureaus for the three primary bureaus, the three primary cities, strong national bureau. But I would say, personally, my view is that those bureaus are all under-resourced. So if South Africa wants to compete in the future, they're going to have to make a bigger investment in reaching out to the market and ensuring that they maintain their share and grow their share of the market.
It gives me great pleasure to announce that as part of the increased budget allocation, National Treasury has approved 20 million rand for the next financial year, this one 2017-2018, and 90 million rand for the following 3 years for the bidding fund to help us attract more business events to South Africa.
We will be connecting with research institutions and academia and various platforms out there. It is important that we become a platform that allows these different entities so that they can host the world-class facilities and become thought leaders in their own right, basically, as we profile the country, our capabilities and our skills base, going forward.